show me all adventures I haven't seen. Taking all the life, it hits the spot. Walking on fantasy. So take me, baby, take me to a state of mind that's made of, baby, that's made of all that we find. Test the waters, oh, it's high. I think we're getting close. Racing through the waves, I want to be where nobody knows. Take me, baby, take me to a state of mind that's made of, baby, that's made of all that we find. Electric, feel it in your head. Hypnotic, what your body says. Happiness, this is what we
Summer days burn me out, love just brings me down. Go inside like winter leaves that slowly leave the ground. Hey, you
Bam! And we're live for the fourth day of development on the fifth week, which we've now canonized as the fifth, no matter if it is or isn't. And yeah, today we're basically going to be continuing on the cards. We've essentially stumbled into like a big pile of work, spider webs worth of work, because it's like when we change this, we have to change this and then change this, and well, let's
Yeah.
just say the cards are going to be entirely redesigned essentially, and they're almost there. We kind of only missed the bottom part, like I think,
Yeah, we
to
didn't
make sure
do
that
much for the bottom.
the bottom part is gets some love as well. And I still want to before we like lock it in, I still want to get it to our testers and sort of what they think about like the old, because I'm still kind of concerned about the use of black.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we have a maybe too much black usage, which would I don't know. It sort of hampers the playfulness and the airiness of the cards. I think. So we're going to see if we're going to basically do like a okay, if is it worth it to get because the black what we have now is the most readable we've ever had the cards.
Yeah.
They're really readable and really distinct. But does it like come at the cost of our style? You know, so
Mm.
we wanna make that decision now, and because then you can always adjust because we haven't really made anything else but the cards graphically, technically, so we can still like adjust to use the black more in other elements too.
Yeah. Or
So I don't know.
I mean, we could. Let's see. This is the background color part. If I do, I can't be.
One way to do it as well is just not to have it be entirely black, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Disable it. Don't disable it. I need it. Copy that and then go here and copy or paste it. Hello, paste. Need no one to paste, but I have it there. Okay, right, and then make it a little bit darker than what this is. Not too.
Maybe dark gray instead of black. Not. I don't think you should have it in the color for the type because that would make it.
No, it's not in the it's the background, on just background. So if you see it like on the edge here.
Okay.
When I think about it,
Yeah. But will it be? It will be the red for all of the cards, right?
header off. Don't need that header. Looks that. But then I need to just add, like I did on aggressive. If the type is aggressive, then we just change the entire card background color.
What if you just use the opacity though? Just black with opacity 50 or something, and then have the red, have like the type fill out the entire.
No, I can't, because
Oh, you've layered it so that it's on top of the. Okay.
Well,
then you can make two. You can make one that is in the back and one that is in the front. So like sandwich the middle part and the underneath part.
Well, it isn't. It's not a problem just to copy the one that's called.
The only problem is that you don't get consistent color changes then, because with the opacity from black, you can always get the same color when you put a black layer with the opacity 50 on. When you do it like this, you get like a different color. You don't get you get a darker color, but it's a different darker color, instead of it being like the actual like dimmed version of the real color we're supposed to be using.
Half of 255, 128. That's the opacity there. Okay, and then I need to copy the aggressive dupe. Okay. Didn't I? Aggressive background. Making that as a test. If it's aggressive, then empty, else no draw. There we go. And just rect. And I need to draw that so I can change the size.
Get wrecked.
750 times 1050. And centered, and just erect, not rounded off. Fudge. Did remove something. Here we go. And then enable that again. Now it's a little bit darker. Now I would still need have one problem here.
Oh.
The triangle down with the
Yeah, I'll just make that one as well 50 and then move it so that it's bespoke.
well, 50 on top of 50 is not 50. It's
No, yeah,
100.
but that's what I'm saying. Move it down so that it's not on top of the actual bits, or like it is a triangle that you made. Just resize it so that it's shorter.
It's the type 2? Yes. Oh man, that's annoying. Look,
What?
I zoom in, and there's like a tiny little line
Yeah.
where they intersect somehow.
You also need to make it. You can make it like smaller in general.
I can't make it 0.3 or something.
No, but make the width, make the heights, like make it.
And if I move it down,
Softer.
it's off.
Yeah.
But how does it look from a distance though? Does render. Damn it. Yeah, the scale.
But try to make it shorter so that the actual triangle's a bit shorter.
That didn't quite work.
Well, you don't want it to be too fucking short. Should definitely be in the 100 range, like 100 or something height.
90.
No, it needs more room. Give it 100. Yeah, with 100, that's decent. And then, of course, remove the black circles around the. And then remove the black lines around nudge as well, maybe. Outline.
Remember, it was 13.
Yeah. Now we're getting somewhere. Now it doesn't feel so constrictive. And all the important information is in the same area, which is nice. So still, can you like make sure that the icons for type and facing is actually at the same like size, and as in like it starts at the same height and ends at the same height?
Well,
Essentially draw a line between the two and see if they converge between the bottom and the top.
can't draw a line. Like let's hang on. Teast. one getty ass way of doing it.
Really? Is that how you intend to draw a line?
Yeah.
Uh,
That's pretty much spot on.
yeah, and then the top as well.
It's a little bit off there.
Yeah, so size down the size up or down either to make them fit.
Up the size or the facing maybe. Okay. Facing icon. X89. 89. And then move it up a little bit. See that. And then still not big enough. Five. 55. Big.
Well, struggling to get it right.
Yeah. 90.
Should just have set two. You should have just made two lines so that you know exactly where the top and the bottom is at the same time. Don't have to move it all the time.
There we go. Now it's the same size. Up and down.
Yep. Smooth. Yeah, there you go. Now there's no disturbance in the wait. I know I sense another disturbance in the force. Are they equally far from the side?
No, most probably not.
Yeah, then that's probably also a reason why I'm feeling a disturbance in the force.
I feel the disturbance in the force.
Just make a square, or something, and then make it so that it's that square size from both ends, or just be using that strange line you keep using. Also remember the difference between a rounded corner and a unrounded corner. So yeah, that one is quite a lot closer than the other one.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Type. Like so. And then turn that off.
Yeah, and you only were moved it in the horizontal now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made sure to hold shift.
Yeah. Now it feels a lot more right.
Or left. I moved it left.
Try it. Scroll to like different cards of different types now. See all the types. Just go quickly through. See how it looks.
Well, it doesn't work with blue.
Oh yeah,
yet.
because you've not
haven't-
added the different
haven't-
type on all of them.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah, okay.
see. I need to do this. I need this.
Yeah.
Offensive. I need Deception. I need support. There we go. And then I need to go into defensive color. Copy that color. I'm going to. I have the elite as defensive color. And the support. Okay. And then going to defense. Where the fudge did the rest of them go? It only created defensive and support. Right. Like deception.
Deception is sneaking.
It's literally hidden for me. I know why they didn't pop up.
Because you did a dupe.
Because there's already a element called deception.
Yeah, you did a dupe. You duped the dupe.
I duped the dupe. Dupe. Deception should be that color. And then aggressive. Yeah, I need to add the aggressive color type.
That's green. That's blue.
So now when I flick through the cards, hang on, did the lag much?
Oh yeah, here we go. That's hot. That's hot. Ooh. Oh, I like. Ooh, I got like a reaction when I saw green there. Oh, 1,000 fucking needles.
I had something that I want to do here though. because I do not like the logo in the background, the card type in the background.
Yeah. Okay.
I need to find what did I name that?
Ooh, I need to go to the toilet. Be right back.
Yeah. That's that one. Card. And that one. Do not need that header. The creator, the subscription version, game logo, card type 2 was. You also don't need that separator. And that. Jeeves. Right, card type 2. Yeah, the card saves and new icons. And open these. Alright. Open, edit. Open with, thank you. Gonna bring those in as well. Time for legs. Oh, breakfast.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
What you doing?
Just making black versions of the icons.
Oh.
Like this, and then type B. And let's make sure the opacity is the same as the other one, so it's 128. 128.
Isn't that a little bit too harsh? Too strong?
Too strong.
Too strong.
There's more of consistency though.
Yeah, but it's still like the whole point of them is to like try to put them into like a ridiculously low opacity, like 20. I want to see how that looks because I just want it to be like a subtle break in the back.
Well,
because right now they're big. They're like they're drawing big time. Yeah, I like that. Just a subtle.
Remember, they when we print them.
Yeah, that's why I want them like that, because in the print they're going to be like glistening, because the way they print when there's this change from black is that they have like this Especially if you look at the way the other things have been printed now, like anything that is slightly darker, you have like a matte kind of to it. So when you have it shining in the light, it sort of stops the shine, so you can see it when you like move it, which makes it even more interesting. You know,
Okay.
it's just like just some visual candy, really. It's not really. It's not. You already have that information that it's what type it is. So I just want something that breaks it up a bit more and sort of subconsciously informs what the card is, you know? So just like double duty.
Okay.
Yeah. Now it's the bottom part, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I like the Y though.
I do also like the
um,
Y. I think the Y is an indicator of the type or the card deck. So you can have like a different logo, quote unquote, for each deck.
Yeah. Maybe have it a little bit further up now.
Yeah.
Should probably move the version and the creator
Yeah.
text a little bit up as well.
Yeah. But I'm still not sure how to do the flavor text though.
Yeah, no, I don't know either.
Maybe pull the like we did yesterday, you know, with the black bar, but instead, if you switch it up so that the flavor text is at the very bottom, below the logo and shit, and then you give you know, the darker, like the opacity border, you give it like a little bit of a lip up, so move it up from the bottom, and give it so that it's allows the text to have some background.
Somewhere like here, maybe.
Yeah, just a little bit further up, of course, with everything else as well.
Yeah. Creator, version, and game logo. Oh, god damn it! I forgot to click here, and not to hold shift, because then I just move it up in the hierarchy. Like that.
A bit more up.
I don't think I like that.
Yeah.
That it's not. It's like. I think if we move this, then we should let the card. Wait, where is it? Where did I put it? Version, game logo, and the creator. We should still have it down there.
Yeah.
Hang on. Still let the sub description be back up here inside. But then again,
that entirely ruins the point of having it
Yeah, I know, but I felt like the sub description there should be inside for some reason. It's like
I know, I know, I
the
know. That's that's my problem too. But I just don't know how to solve it then.
because
Is that
if we move the sub description down here, it seems like it's something to do with this as well at the top.
yeah?
So it's like have a big greater meaning than it has. It doesn't have
Yeah.
much of a meaning other than it's like it's a fun
Well,
text.
neither does the version and Y in the logo and in the studio name.
Well,
So
well, that's more like when you look at it, you understand. It's more you can understand it a lot better because it shows the version and it says M2 Studio in our case, but for example, Sabotender,
yeah, I know.
and it's the Yatsoid logos. It's like okay, these are not things that are in the
It's
game
the
that I need.
bookend.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just that I don't want to do it. I don't want to do the lip without it having a use because the lip takes away from the aesthetic.
Hmm.
So I think we just move it down again. Can you turn off my camera for a sec? I need to do something real quick.
sure.
Actually, I'll turn off my side here.
Hmm.
I need to figure out a way to to make that fucking text more legible, my dude. Cause it never is.
Hmm.
Cause it needs to be in a different font, that's for sure. So you're never supposed to be seeing that text the first thing you see. Like that's never supposed to be
Yeah.
one thing you pay attention to. It's supposed to be a thing like, oh, what's this? And then you read, and then I was like, oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. Sub description. Okay, so Furisan's Ultralight. That's what we got on it for currently.
Okay.
Flott. Hmm. Yeah. Alltså.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Alright, it's time for a meeting then. So
okay.
I am going down to Puskek and I'll be back in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, so what do you want me to do then?
Just I don't fucking know, man. Just continue with what you're doing. We still have to do the that looks nice. The text you got there. I don't know. Take a break if you want. I guess it's just 20 minutes. All right. See you then.
All right.
Burning love cause we are young. No one tells us what's done wrong, cause it's just me and you. Yeah, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
I had to try to break the habit. I changed my mind. Now I can have it. Make me feel alive. I've got nothing to would I go chasing after? I had myself to blame. I knew it meant disaster. was fine when you pulled me down. You said the stars would answer. You said our prayers were written down. I was fine when you pulled me in. We were forced to be human, and then the world came after, and I had never questioned it. And they said it was wrong. But we started
sky that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. If you quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Working for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have him yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Woo. Everybody wanna do the same thing, yo. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing, and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah. I'm going mainstream. Damn. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Cause I'm the king on my own throne, throne, oh, 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 oh. King on my own throne, my own throne. You'll never see me fall, fall. You'll never see me fall. Watch me reign, and I'll slay them all. Slay them all, slay them all. You'll never steal a reign, and I'll slay them all. Slay them all, slay them all, slay them all. You'll never steal a throne. King of my own throne, my own throne. King of my own watch me reign. If it's silent in dismay, it won't break this feeling down. If I conquer this my way, I'd devour, I'd surround. If it hurts you just a little, then it heals you when it's done. Disappointment is the anchor, resolution is the sun. If it's silent in dismay, it won't break this feeling down. If I conquer this my way, I'd devour, I'd surround. If it hurts you just a little, then it heals you when it's done. Disappointment is the anchor, resolution is the sun.
messing with my head again. You had your heart set on me, but these feels they come and go, and they come so easily. Tell me what it is about you that I can't forget, but you're breaking down my walls again just to set me free. Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling?
Hello, we're back.
Boom. Bam. Tosh. Yeah, we're back, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, why don't we just finish up this conundrum that is bottom text?
Mm.
Now the problem with the bottom text currently there is that there's such a size difference, or there's such a length difference when it comes to the text that we use. The flavor text, it can sometimes be just 2 words, and other times it's like entire sentence.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We need to like account for that.
Mm.
But also like it feels a bit squished where it is right now, because it feels like it's underneath the icon, underneath the background icon.
Mm?
The big background icon, right?
Yeah.
The type icon in the back.
Yeah.
It feels like it squishes up against the text. Because it feels like it needs to be on the bottom side of it, right? So that's like some visual space there that feels like it should fit into, but it doesn't. It's like really squished and like, I don't know, it feels like claustrophobic.
I agree.
Like tight space between that and the logo, you know?
Mm.
And it feels like it has no place, it's just floating.
Yeah.
Like even worse, it feels like it's on a pivot, you know, where the Y is the pivot, like a seesaw. That's why I think that's why I thought having the flavor on the bottom.
Yeah. Mm. I mean, I think the
Maybe, hang on. Maybe having the flavor at the top, underneath.
the Y wasn't centered.
Yeah, that also helps, but that wasn't really the main problem. But the having the text, the flavor text, at the top, because if you look at the Magic the Gathering card, you know,
I don't have one, but okay.
card. So if you look at, see if there's a card here with the flavor texts. There. So if you look at my screen now,
Yeah.
you see. Oh, actually no. Hang on. The text is like in quotations.
Yeah.
And there's enough of it where it feels like separate because of it's in like italicized and stuff. So if you try to do something similar, where we squish it together so that it has less width, but it has more to grow in height, and then we make it italicized and have quotation marks in front and back.
Rephrase that.
What? Just do what this has done. The card. Put it in quotations. Have it italicized. Make it so that it doesn't take up the entire width of the card. Give it some space to space.
Instead of these, use those.
But don't swip. You don't need to swip the positioning. Never mind that. And again, you've forgotten to switch to your view.
Yeah, of course. And then
And then make it look like the studio is the or the creator is the one that says it. So have like have it be at the left side, and with like a line to indicate that that was the person that said it, essentially, like in the magic cards. But it has to be at the after the line break. That's why I think you should have it as a separate one instead of having it.
no, I can create it as, yeah, on a separate line. Let's see, how do I slash n? No. There we go. Centered. Looks more like it then.
Yes, and then put it, and then change the entire area where the box, where the text box can be. Have it a bit up and to the right, so that it's visually centered.
Up and to the right.
Yeah.
Above the icon.
Actually, no. Don't have it up and to the right, because that would look bad on different ones. Just make the text centered, but have it, yeah.
Centered, like so. But I can't then have the M2 Studio.
Yeah, but that's what I said. You should have it as a different element.
Right.
Because then it's irrespective of the actual text that pops up.
Then like this, and then this thing up together.
Yes.
On the left centered.
Yes.
Together with it.
Yeah.
And most probably the same font.
No.
No.
That's fine.
Alright, and if we change that is okay. Draw element. Yeah, if you look at Kiss for Luck, for example, that looks strange.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
No, it doesn't look too strange.
But if it's a long sentence, there should probably.
Well, like, what's the longest we have right now? What's the longest card? Sentence card. That one is probably one of the longest ones.
No,
but because you have it auto scaling size, right?
Yeah, I have the auto scaling.
Yeah.
So this is
so the only problem is there's other smaller ones. That one is longest, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that one is fine as well. Again, it still feels a bit claustrophobic, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because of the Y and the icon. So here's my thinking. What if you move the whole text actually quite a bit further up, because there is no card specific text and no like card description that is further than half of the card. So if you move it onto the actual icon, that way it doesn't feel as fucking claustrophobic.
Hang on, we can 40 is the longest text that we have, the description text.
Yeah, it does needles. Oh, yeah. Doesn't make it much more spacious, but okay, put it up underneath that one essentially.
Let's see, I can go as far as this with this, and then move the sub description and creator maybe? And the creator?
Yeah, both.
Sub description. Twitch.tv, the subattender is like on a
Too long.
separate line.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's when. Hang on, I'll change it.
Uh,
No, I changed it, but
my creator center, and then further down.
yeah, I think you can have it centered now that it's there.
Yeah, instead of like a line or a sideways line, it's like just I added a
That looks a bit weird though. I don't. You can remove that, but I just have the text centered either way because I'm okay with it being centered now that it's further up.
okay.
Oof. Although now it also again it has the fucking issue is that the icon makes it feel like it should be contained within it. You know, it's there. It feels like the text is breaking out of it, and that's an issue, and that's a design problem. You know, it introduces the visual indicator that should be contained within, and it's not.
What if instead of the card type in the background here, we have the logo, the game logo?
Yeah, you can try.
Let's see.
Yeah, because that changes based on what the deck is as well. The deck logo, we should call it. Call it the deck logo.
Let's see. Where is that?
But I'm really liking the darker colored current rounds
Yeah,
much more than the black. I'm really happy we did that.
we don't have a black version for that icon.
Well, that doesn't really matter. Just have it be like really low opacity.
It's on 50 currently.
Yeah, put it on 225. Put it on 25.
25.
Yeah, even less. Again, remember how like I wanted to not be visible when you print it essentially, but just when you have it in the right, hold it in the right angle. Maybe 35. Okay, 50s. 50s. Okay, try different cards. Run through them.
That's not the card. And then if we remove,
And now it feels now the text actually feels like it has more. And now you can remove the logo from the bottom as well, which is
yeah, and then we
going
can
to.
and then we can move the creator and the sub description down.
Yep.
Something like this. And then
Yeah.
if we still want the version,
Yeah, you can have that be just in the corner though, because that's so bespoke and small.
or like see, doesn't need to be very visual. Or in the corner?
No. Have it in the corner.
Hmm?
Have it there, yeah.
Hmm?
The corner.
I'll remove that for you so you can see it better. Hmm.
Yeah. Try and flick through them.
Then I actually think that if we change the game logo,
The deck logo, yeah.
yeah, the deck logo. Let's see.
Does the
here,
cost have like a different sized outline or something? It looks weird.
Yeah, it's
We should
because
also
it's a tiny bit smaller.
we should also definitely do what you said and try to make it its own graphical element to have a cost. Because it just
Yeah.
feels a little bit like out of place and when tacked on. Are you gonna do black?
Yeah,
Probably not a bad idea.
because then we actually can change the text here so that it doesn't have the black outline, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it shouldn't be too off with
Yeah, it will be. But it might still not be too difficult to read to the point where we might want to sacrifice some legibility for aesthetic. We'll see. Because I think the Y isn't
7 thickness on the outline.
on both cost and
subtitle. That's 9.
okay, so remove remove the outline for everything.
Hmm?
Yeah. I don't know. I like that. That now it feels like very light, very kind of.
Yeah.
But now it's almost a bad thing to have something in the background because that disturbs and breaks the reading pattern. Pulls attention to the wrong thing.
Yeah. Just gonna test. Yeah. But if because now the logo in the background is the same color.
Oh
as
wait,
the
hang the
background.
flip on. Hang the flip on. What if we invert the bastard? We make the dark color the centered one and the light color the edged ones. What if we literally invert the colors we're using right now, or like invert the colors right now?
Hang on, I need to think.
Make a duplicate and test it. So you don't have to do too much work to go back.
This is not our place. Dropbox M2. So you can't make your saves. And then redesign V3 and change.
Redesign 3. Redesign 7.
Yeah. Okay. So, then we don't need these backgrounds, or do we? We do, but we don't need this dark thing. And then I need to make this aggressive color. I need to make it black, and I also need the defensive support and this elite to be dark as well, and then 128 on all of them. 128. 8, like so. Then the card.
Remove the logo as well for now, just because it's really doesn't work with that design.
That was the wrong one. It's the card type 2.
It doesn't look good. You can say that much, but it does make it a lot more readable, doesn't it?
It does.
The problem I have is that it's not intuitive to a physical like shape, because normally the shadow wouldn't be in the centered ones, right? Because normally that you'd kind of expect it to stick out, not like down. Because now it feels like it's like hollowed into like something instead of it sticking out from something. Maybe make it a little lighter, like less of an opacity on the black. Look, maybe 100 or something like that.
Say what?
Make the opacity a little less.
50. It's better.
Yeah, that's better. What if try and find us instant card?
Here's the bucket.
Okay, and then fix the way that instant card works as well now. Actually, to be fair, I kind of like it when it's like even darker there as well. I could honestly just do with the lightning strike being smaller so that it fits inside of that triangle.
Yeah.
Because it's a really nice pull. I like the visual pull it has.
Let's see, 50 and 50. Centered and down.
So try to flick through a couple of cards now.
Well, I didn't change the brightness on every other card. Let's see, it was defensive, it was 50 we put it to. Support and that 50. Let's start at number 1. This is how that looks. And then we go through.
Quite like it actually. That's like very clean. The more I look at it, the better it looks. Because I get used to. Because I think it was just that the initial initial. But we still, I think we need to. Can you make like? Can you print some of them in pictures, JPEGs, and then like basically so you can have this version and the flipped version back to back and kind of show them to some people and see what they think.
Sure. So it'll just export it to PDF basically.
Sure, yeah.
Then you get all of them. Card. Yeah, it's really hard to actually read this when I see it now.
Well, yeah, especially with the fucking logo like that.
But if I just add the let's see, subtitle and description, add a little bit of thickness to it again.
Basically, give them some thick boy again. Yeah. Because that's what we're comparing to essentially. You should also then give the title some thickness as well.
The subtitle, or no, the title.
No, the title. So that it doesn't stick out, or so it actually feels as part of the card.
Maybe I have the subtitle a little bit up from here. Like say this, yeah. Like so, and the title. How much thickness should we give it? 13. Or is that too much?
A little bit less.
9 as well.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I can't outline.
But yeah, it's remarkably like worse now that you. It's weird because the change, like looking at the two, you're like the one that you looked at for the longest is the most appealing one, and then when you switch, it's like
yeah,
and then it's like oh yeah, it's nice now.
But I'm gonna export. This is V1 of it, and or the redesign V2 maybe as well. It's even earlier.
Yeah.
Which I believe is the dark one. No, it's a bright one. It's the opposite one. Did I have just the redesign? Is that the one? Then maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, no. I don't like the white bordered one now.
There we go. That's V0.
So I've actually done something real cool here. So I'm adding conditional formatting based on length of words in the description to indicate like if there's cards that are like close to the edge when it comes to being too long.
Like how? What do you do?
So I use the length formula, and it have it like if it's less than 50 or if it's more than 50, it adds like a reddish background, and then I'm gonna have another one. So custom formula, and then because I'm gonna have it more than 60.
And you should do that for the sub description as well.
Yeah. Wait, less than 50 or more than 50?
Yeah. Then it should be in the February design. There's the PDFs.
Let's see. Can you go through some of the cards and then let's see how like bad they look if they have too many? Kind of want to see. Oh, now that one looks actually kind of cool.
This?
'Cause that one looks really harsh and like yeah, like fuck yeah.
It does. It's actually a little bit cool. It's two
'Cause that one
completely
looks-
different kinds of
Design, yeah.
yeah.
So
And
hang on,
then-
where were they? You say?
In the
In the
Yatside
outside, and then-
cards and February design.
Okay. Cartoonish.
Wait, V2
What the fuck?
didn't render properly? Question mark?
That that does.
I'm gonna
That's not like
reopen it.
right.
I'm gonna open it again.
Because the thing about the black cards, where everything is black, is that it looks very unified because there's like black outlines on the white, and everything is like really black and white, black and white, black and white all
Mm.
around,
Yeah.
and that's why I think they look so appealing.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Now it's rendered.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, V2. Oh, I like that one too, though. Those, they are really bright and like, I
Yeah.
like it. I really like those. Because as I said, like the other one is really hard to read, but this one is actually pretty easy to read.
Yeah.
But it's still like it's still got that bright, bubbly feel, you know.
Mm-hmm. And
Still like really exciting and like
even if it's an instant, you can see it.
pretty quickly because of the black, the darker background.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the only thing that's dark.
exactly. So it's like, you see it instantly. Instant. But we should also definitely fix the cost thing.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out a way to do the cost. But other than that, I'm actually just really for the version 2, but we still need to. Why do you call it version 0 cartoony? That's
It's the first one, and I started with V2, but then I remembered that we had a V1, and then when we added,
so you're just shit at
the...
naming then.
Huh? Yeah, I can rename them.
I've just renamed it.
V0. Well, it's technically V4, but okay. I can ask the guys that's here
Yeah.
right now. Adrian, Maria, can you help me a little bit? Design thing. Just see if you like the card design or not. Need to come around and look at my screen. Or look at the stream, whatever. So this is the first version that we have made. You can. Hvis du like, do you like the dark dark against the colors, and how they look compared to each other? Well, not compared to each other, but compared to this version, which I have here. Maria. Lettere å lese. Ja, altså det er ikke fargen som det er snakk om, det er liksom, det er stylen. Altså layouten på ting og sånt i forhold til hverandre. Her sånn så har vi liksom ikonene på denne måten her. Det er ikke noe i bakgrunnen. Når det er et instant-kort så ser dere veldig godt med det ikonet her, som er det eneste som er mørkere på kortene. Teksten er liksom lett å lese fordi at det er mot en litt mørkere bakgrunn. Det jeg så først var mye bedre enn det. Ja. Og så hadde vi da den her, som er den som det er veldig kontrast mellom dem. Og det er liksom, vi har lagt en border rundt all teksten og sånt nå, for å få at det er lettere å lese. Det er lys. Ja. Jeg kan ikke norske. Så har vi også den her versjonen som har litt border rundt seg og sånt, men har på en måte inverta det som var her, av den. It's very hard. It's hard to be a nissemann. Så red. Ikke rist. Husk at du må bare riste 2 ganger, så føler jeg det litt. And then back up here. So these are the different. Venstre. Left. Det var ikke noe vanskelig. Ja. The dark one. Ja. Mats.
Ja, jeg hørte det.
You like the dark one?
Begge to?
Se hva det er for noe. Den er litt for... Det blir...
If you try to make it one, if you try to separate it out to one card of each, the same card, so like take Nudge for instance, and just make one high resolution image of all from all sides, because it's difficult to see when you have all the cards side to side. I think the best way to do it is just like, I don't know, if you can just print out
Kanskje
one.
ikke den lange svarte streken du hadde der. Kanskje du kan bare svarte ut liksom.
Gi meg 2 sek. Skal vi se. Aside. What? Oh, it's the wrong place. Then I need to go to Dropbox. There. And new folder and ja, men det skulle ikke være den profesjonelle. Det var bare det var andre syntes i tillegg til oss.
Hva syntes dere?
Vi likte egentlig litt den nyeste som vi hadde, men så gikk vi tilbake til den gamle her sånn. Så likte vi jo den også. Det her som er den nyeste.
Ja, den var den jeg sa var helt ute på.
Mm.
Jeg synes ikke den nyeste var finere, men den var finere.
Men den i midten var bedre. Den du hadde.
Den?
Ja, jeg tror det var den eller den svarte. Litt usikker.
Mm. Mm.
Jeg tror det. Easier to read and good to look at.
Selvfølgelig er han en del av Duffenaften. Hallo?
Oh, you printed out all the cards?
Yeah, I can't stop it from printing all of them, I
Oof.
think. As far as I'm aware. Let's see, a little bit smaller.
It's so weird how the version 2 and 3, like if you put them next to each other, they both look uglier. Because it just like accentuates the weird feeling of them like being inverted.
Mm. Okay. Now, Maria. They're busy playing games.
Ugh. Playing video games? What is this?
Mhm.
A video game playing time a day? Fucking weirdos.
I know, right? Playing games and shit.
Yeah,
Got time
they
for
don't
that.
know that this is the making game time of day.
That it is. No. Me. I like the new bottom.
What do you mean?
The new bottom on the both of the right ones.
There is a benefit to having the way that I think the first one has the way that it wins. I think is that it feels a lot more like it feels airy, like it has more space because it doesn't have the header. But then again, I think the third one is just plain compositionally better, and it also is more pleasing in of itself. It's I think in context is not as good, but like with in of itself, I think it would be good, and especially with like rounded corners that you'd have with the when you actually print it out.
Yeah.
I think with the rounded corners, I think it would be pretty good. But
Man,
I think the
I would. It would be cool if we had the ability to print cards like that. Just print like each of these cards and see how they look printed, for example.
yeah, because that's pretty relevant.
And see how they are compared to the box, for example, as well.
I think the last one is the best,
Yeah,
the most fitting with our current design,
that's true.
but like a mile as well. I think the first one isn't at all fitting. It uses way too much black, which the box doesn't use much of.
Yeah.
If anything, it doesn't use any black. So definitely think it's the last one. My personal favorite. But then again, it's like it's so weird to look at them in the sequence like this, because the second and third one are just kind of mooching off each other. I feel they're like ruining
Yeah.
each other. Because they just point out how weird it is. It's like an optical illusion. It's like it ruins the optical illusion.
Mm.
Well, another thing is that on the first one the text isn't it's flatter. It hasn't been given more of a margin.
Yeah.
Which card is this? This Rage. Hang on. Rage. Yeah. Can you see how Share looks? If you find Share from one of those cards or from the cards.
Share is green.
Yeah. What do you think when it comes to text size? Like, how much text? Do you feel like that's too much text? I've reduced it a bit, but see, I think when it comes to a lot of text, the third one is definitely the best one.
Yeah.
Because there it doesn't look weird when there's a lot of text.
Yeah. When I look at these like I do now, the both of the left ones, the middle and the left, because of the dark outline around the text, they're not harder, but well, they're harder on my eyes.
The harsher.
Yeah, they're harsher on my eyes when I look at it, and that feels.
That's what I think I like the softness
pleasing.
of the.
Yeah, it's very soft and good to look at.
And I think that's more in line with the feeling that we want to get from the game. That's
soft.
why I always said like it feels it feels like more airy and playful and like unrestricted. Which was the first one. It seems very sort of. It literally feels like you're clamped it down with like it's cast in iron. You know, everything is set in stone and like very harsh and very like bam. You know, but with the Share, it's much like. I don't know. It feels much kinder. You know.
Yeah.
Softer. So again, I think we should posted it on the Yatsu Discord now. So if we if we ever get someone there, but yeah.
I can get some more friends to.
Yeah, just make sure that don't do it side by side. Do it like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, because I think the side by side comparison kind of ruins the second and third one. Side by side comparison makes the second and third one look worse than they are. So I think you should try to make it like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like a side test. You know, so basically just take 3 cards, copy them into their own folder, and then like double click them to preview, and that will allow you to just go from one to next.
If you do like this, then it's like
that does help a bit, but
yeah.
But it also gives a lot of prominence to the third one. Hang on. So what you do is let's take some card with like actual text here. Flip.
see.
I'm making one now in the preview. Redesign all and then preview. Making like one you can flip through.
Yeah.
There you go. So now when you double click and flip it, you can go like this.
Kind of like all of them, ish. But
yeah, I'm not
they
so
have-
keen on version 1. Well,
The dark one.
yeah.
I am a little. I like it.
I actually really prefer the
But
third.
it's not a part. It's not. It doesn't.
It doesn't work with the redesign. The
Yeah.
main.
Yeah.
That's like again, I like it too. Like it's very. It works with if we went full Uno.
Hmm.
It worked. It would have worked with a lot more black. If we basically went a lot with a lot more black in general, I think it would work. But my current leader is this one, V2.
And because we have the because of the dark all the dark parts of it, it gives it a very cartoonish look.
Exactly.
Well, we go for a more of a clean, professional.
Yeah,
looking
simplified look.
Simplified, yeah.
Modern, simple.
Minimalistic.
Minimalist. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. So I think we'll let it stew for a bit. Post it with some of your friends, more of your friends, and see what they think.
Yeah.
And we'll come back to it tomorrow. Maybe we can get Thomas on tomorrow as well for another look at the redesign and like properly, like just because the cards again, they're so fucking important.
They are. Absolutely.
They're literally the important thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why, like, after we've done the redesign, I'm going to still keep on like trying to, like, you need to seriously also read through the description properly because you're the one that can do some proper. You can actually see if the English is good. If English good. And
if English is good.
we should probably add it to like an because for some reason it doesn't spell check here,
Yeah.
so we need to add it to some place where it actually does proper
just
spell checking.
found one thing.
Yeah.
There's on if you look at
face down card. Yeah.
face down
Bounce.
space and then card, and also uncapitalize the F.
Let's see, bounce there.
Can't
It doesn't.
remem-
So there's no space in here.
Hmm?
It must be just a visual glitch because there's no space in the actual on here. Let me turn one face down.
Shouldn't it be a space?
It is. There is a space in face down space card. There's a space here.
Okay, I'm gonna reload that reference then.
Also, for some reason, are you seeing it like completely green background and everything? There? The hell?
Huh?
The conditional formatting is fucked up for you because you're just seeing green on the background. Yeah, look at the fucking Google Doc again. On the one column, you're just seeing green backgrounds.
Yeah, there's green on everything here.
Yeah, that's not how it's supposed to be. F5. F5.
I have.
No. Have you?
All of them are green.
That's so fucking weird. Look at conditional formatting for you.
What,
Like right click and then
what
look.
does it look like for you then?
Well, look at my screen and you'll see.
What the f?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Conditional formatting. Cell is not empty. Cell is not empty. Cell is not empty.
Oh my god, I hate Google Doc. Just delete those. But do it for the entire row, so select the entire row.
Yeah, so there's 4 cell is not empty here.
Yeah. But there's none of the ones I introduced.
No.
The fuck.
Give me the formulas.
But there's two, so there's this one. And then there's this one. Wait, now it's fucking, now the cell is not empty part is on me.
Yeah,
You-
I made one and I'm working on it. Custom formula is this,
It's at the bottom, custom formula.
and then it should be
Oh.
gray. You want the darker gray,
Yeah.
like so. And then this one is a little bit brighter gray.
Wait, now I get, see now I get the cell is not empty thing. Just popped up. Oh yeah, because you, sorry.
One of my rules has been updated.
Cancel it, cancel. The one you're making
Okay.
now.
Well, now it's just one for you as well.
Yeah,
So,
that's
now
fine.
we
Go
need
on.
to make that,
Second one,
again.
yes, just go.
and then a little bit brighter gray.
I just hate the delay here, man. It's really fucking with me. The stream delay.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a very harsh gray now, but alright.
It's easier to see.
Yeah, there we go.
What is
Should
what?
probably do the same thing for the sub description. Just try to find like a golden standard for size there as well. The fuck? I'm pretty sure sharing is caring is not 100 letters long. Or more.
It's I haven't changed the this E to E.
Oh, it's not the right. Yeah. It's D instead of E. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oops, not W. E T E. There we go. Like so.
Yeah, and then you have to change the actual sizes. So I'm thinking like 30, 60, or 30, 40, maybe. Because we're not talking a lot like much here.
So more than 40. And 30.
Mm-hmm. The grays are different. You should keep the grays the same from the
Oh, was
other.
it the same?
No, it's one step.
The bright one is
You need to have it one step darker essentially.
like so. And then this one is one step darker, like so.
Maybe one more
No,
step.
one more. Wait.
I think you should increase the threshold to like 10 more for each. So 40, 50 instead. There you go.
So I mean, because
Hang on.
because it's so big. It doesn't make sense, or it makes sense, but I mean, it still looks good.
Yeah, I just want there to be like they're similar, so they're not like the deviation isn't too big.
Mm.
There we go. Removed all the worst offenders. Or changed all the worst offenders.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, what?
What?
It automatically updated the version down when I
Well,
just
obviously,
copied.
yeah, because you're doing the drag copy, which is like it says, oh, you're trying to count upwards. Well, then I'm gonna help you count upwards. So you have to basically make 2 with with no incremental change, and then it'll realize that.
Yeah.
You don't want.
There we go.
But then you just make it into text essentially for all intents and purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not bad? Why do you have so many zeros? Why shouldn't it 1 0? It's like a
Because-
promise. Each 0 is a promise.
Well, because when I had just 1-0, it just renamed it to just 1.
Mm-hmm.
So if I do like this, it just goes back straight to 1. There's no comma.
Well, you can change that in the way that
In
the
the
column
formatting,
is.
I meow.
Yeah, which is really why we should do it.
Format.
Number. And have it like.
This. And then
Yeah,
try
you do
that
it.
on all of them. Like so.
Mm-hmm.
Reload references.
We should also maybe have the Yatsud logo now in the corner on the opposite side of the version number and have it really small. Maybe.
Nice.
Because it kind of needs to be the same height as the fucking version to fit in. Either that or you change it out so you have the M Studio and the corner where on the opposite side of the version. I think that's better actually. Have the creator at the left side, the right side, yeah, right on the right side, where on the opposite side of the version number, and then the logo in the middle, like used to have. So center it to middle.
Center the logo.
Yeah, to middle of the card where studio is right now, and then have the studio bit in the left.
Left again.
No, sorry, right. Yeah, where on the opposite side of the version. Opposite side of the version, yeah, and then down and have it at the same place, like horizontally. On the opposite side of the Y, obviously.
Yeah. Just gonna check how long it can be. And then change the version to the opposite side.
No, the studio to the opposite side.
On the left.
It really doesn't matter, but they just have to be on either side, yeah. And then have them aligned based on what... I think it's better for the version to be på höger sida, så på vänster sida så är det M2.
No, I'm
Yeah.
confused.
Why? How is this confusing?
Well, you're
The way
saying
you have
left,
it there
right,
is
left,
good.
right, left, right.
Yeah, because I... Just have it like that.
Should it be left centered?
It should be centered to the end of the card, essentially.
Yeah, on the left side.
So the left side, left centered, right side, right side.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Looks off center.
Mm-hmm. Maybe have it next to the Y, so to either side of the Y, and have it aligned so that the left is aligned to right, and then right is aligned to left. And then have it so that it sort of centers around the Y. That way it has a visual anchor. Yeah. Problem, of course, is well, actually, no, that's probably not a problem. Remove the line to the before the M2. Yeah. It still feels a little bit unbalanced though, because you expect there to be the same length on either side, since it's anchored like that. We need to find another anchor point for the M2 Studios, or the
Yeah.
version for that matter.
Well, I think the creator M2 Studio thingy should be underneath, underneath where it was. In the middle. Centered.
Wait, is that centered? Oh no, it's not centered. It's centered. Okay. Yeah.
This is centered.
Yeah, and then move the text a bit up as well.
And
Basically, move the whole shebang a bit up.
I kind of like it that like I like that better, actually.
Yeah, but problem still is that the Y pulls more attention than the version, which leads to an unbalanced design, especially when everything else is so balanced. Because the Y is so unique and thick, so it needs to be a lot smaller. And then maybe make the version a thicker font, even. Yeah, that's better. Now you can even make the Y a bit bigger again.
Look, wait. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. But look at 0 and 1.
Yeah, I know it has a bit of a bounce to it.
Because
I think that's just a font.
yeah, I think the guy who made it, he made it like this: 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 0. Because next to the 9, it's fine. Ish. It's a little bit further up as well.
Maybe use the same font as the logos used then.
Which was.
Hang on, let me find it. Fonts. Antique Oli, Antique Oli Regalta or something. Regalta. Antique Oli. At least that's what I think. Pretty sure we found and then loaded all the fonts. But the Fira Sans does work still though.
Hang on, I'm gonna go to this.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's probably not gonna help you much, is it? There's a lot of fonts.
There is a lot of fonts.
For some reason, Creator Cloud doesn't want to load.
The one that I stopped on that I liked for the number was Firuzan's Ult.
Well, yeah, that's because that's the one we use. Oh, Magneto, isn't it? Magneto B? Is that the one? Magneto B?
Yeah, that's one.
So maybe find M? Instead of fucking around, like going down? That's the one.
I did.
Oh yeah. Delay. Gotta love it.
The V does not look like a V, but yeah. Maybe change
Maybe
the
not
game
have it italic.
logo as graphic, but have it as the text.
It's actual font, yeah.
And then have it at Magneto, and then the color white, and centered left. That's fine. Y and
No.
then
Have it the same size.
version size 22. Bottom. It's bold and italic those, but that on those. Turn off the italic on there and the V. Maybe I think maybe it should be a bigger size here. 30. 26.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep. It's a lot more bespoke. Is it at the same distance from the edge? Either of them?
That I haven't
Are they
checked, no.
hashtag balanced?
Balanced? You're balanced. I have no idea, man. And now they should be. Regardless of this. Me.
Yeah, I really like the card there now because I did never liked that we needed to use outlines. It's always like, you know, you should always resort to it if you don't have it legible, but the slicker solution is always to have the background be better for readability.
Yeah.
Because that in total, that makes it so that it isn't as harsh on the eyes.
I feel like the yellow is a lot brighter.
No,
But that
it's just
might be
because
on
of the
my
type
screen.
that's on only monitor. That's
Yeah, it's not
definitely not the
as-
case with the cards.
It's not
have a
as
pretty-
bright on my other screen, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, the
I also really like the
reddish here.
our new icons as well.
Mm-hmm.
The types. I like the new icons we use for the types. The fact that we made them ourselves means that we can make, like, when we have, if we have ever other types as well, we can make it easier to have them fit.
Mm.
And also the fact that they're square now means that they like we can, when we show them in like, they just they just conform better to the same design.
It's very easy to actually make it fit completely where it's supposed to be as well. So if I just spam through the cards here,
it'll be like a flick book, you know, where it doesn't move
completely on the same side place.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like the card. It's just really fucking. It feels like really float. I love I love how it was basically by accident that we managed to get the instant the way that it is now. The instant speed. Because that one is actually pretty good. Oh, what if you do the whole, if you do the visual trick where it makes it look like it's wrapped around, essentially by putting the square a bit up? I think it'll be just done automatically due to the fact that you've used opacity, because essentially it will look like you see the back of it as if you've kind of folded a piece of paper around something, essentially, and you're just seeing the corner. So if you just pull the square a bit up, just have it like, look what happens.
It's a little bit transparent, so you can see that it's.
So if you then make because then if you make a square like that you cut off essentially, just it's really hard to explain. It might not be worth it actually. Fuck it, never mind. It doesn't fit the style. Go back to where it was. Now I think we call it for today, and then tomorrow work on the how to represent the cost.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be fun, isn't it?
It's just a number right now.
Yeah, just a floating number.
It could be anywhere. Just gonna try something very quickly.
I think one additional perk of doing it like we've done it here is that it's easier to recreate in Unity now. Because there's not a lot of difficult shapes. It's literally just a square and then like a rounded square within that.
Wait, no, show me.
But why is it that we don't just do it the simple way, by the way, when it comes to cards, and literally just take these cards that we're making now and just plonk them on a 3D object, the PNG onto a 3D object, and then
Because
because we can still have the information that is needed for the card to run. Like we can have it, like we know that this card is called Mulligan, that you can, it's an instant speed. We can all know that still, but we don't need to render it to the player. Because I think that's a like quicker way to do it. For now, at least. And since we're still, the back end still has to work it the same way, you know. So all that needs to happen when we actually make them is that we then work on how to represent that to the player later on when we redo it. See what you're doing. Maybe put it a bit further down and have it, instead of being black, have it being the same like dark opacity.
yeah, it is. It's for readability for my own sake. Huh? And then this should be no border in set. It wasn't 51, 128 was. A little bit further down or further up?
Yeah, further down. By quite a margin. There, yeah. About there at least. And if you obviously have to make the circle bigger too.
Okay. 50.
We fucking around with thickness and
Like so. Is that big enough?
well, look how does it look when it's 10?
Subtitle. A little bit bigger. 70.
It's very obvious.
It's
That's for
very
sure.
obvious.
Seems like a drop almost, like dripping down from the instant when there's like an instant there as well.
Mm-hmm. So if we go to another one.
It looks weird without the instant though. Although again, it really stands out.
Mm-hmm. It looks strange, yeah, when it's not really instant.
Well, let's do this tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
Let's do on it because we don't. We need to know that definited that we're going for this design. So, yeah. All right.
All right.
I guess that's it for today's little card stream.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got anything else to say or?
Nah.
All right.
I don't.
Well, I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow or in the next video.
Yes.
Bye.
See ya.
Staying up when I go out, you gotta know I'm all